to Dipsey, Madden, where we will be going over the games and scores kind of real quick and then get into the game. So the Patriots 2-0. Brooklyn Barons 1-1. That's who we're gonna see play. Seattle fell to 0-2 and they play the 2-0 Houston Oilers, so it's gonna be real tough if you want to know. Skyler White's his team. Bucks are 0-2, but luckily they play Sleuth, who's also 0-2 with his Ravens. And so we're gonna see that grudge match. I might actually try to get them over to play that game because, it's exciting. Someone's gonna win either way. Then we got Chicago, who's 1-1, playing San Francisco, who's 2-0. San Francisco's just a computer, but it's a big game. Then Columbus is 1-1, and Cleveland is 2-0, and Dallas is 0-2, trying to take on the computer Philly. Anyone I didn't mention is just the computer, essentially. The surprising computer is the Jets are 0-2, Pittsburgh's 2-0, San Francisco's 2-0, Kansas City is 2-0 with the computer and leads the division over the Brooklyn Barons and the Columbus Capitals, who are both 1-1. So it's a big game for Brooklyn today, going up against an undefeated Pittsburgh. And as you can see, we're skipping our breakout player stuff because, sometimes it just gets in the way of just winning, so early I kind of steer. Okay, so we're actually even at 79 overalls, and I'm actually going to take a peek at the offense and defensive overalls before I get too far into this. So our defense is 75, their defense is 81. But our offense is 83 and their offense is 79. So we got the offense, they got the defense to really make a championship run. We got the offense, but the 1-1 isn't helping us. We need to be, 2-0. But we lost to the Bears, I think, week 1 or something. So, here we go. Gonna get into this one. As we see Josh Jacobs last week had a monster game. I'm sure they're gonna talk about it. So, here we are in the wonderful Heinz Field, or whatever it is, here in the Steel City. And behind center, I'm not really sure. I think he's a young, talented quarterback. Or it's someone that we know. But going up against Michael Hernandez and the Brooklyn Barons. There he is, number 15. Up against Michael Hernandez. Oh no, Michael's hurt, so you're gonna get a Flanagan game. Joe Flanagan is starting as our starter. Our starting quarterback is on injury for 3 more weeks with a something. But Josh Jacobs, 22 carries, 225 yards, 3 touchdowns, and of course that 75-yard stomp into the end zone. And there's Flanagan warming up. He's going to be the guy. And Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis are dead, so you've got me as Walt Dipsey to call the games and give you insight into the Apofeniacs universe, including the Digital Sea. So here we have a kickoff by Callaway. And it's right in the end zone, but we're going to see number 4 take it out. And he gets down at the 21. Good kick. good, good special teams for Brooklyn. He might be a little shaken up. So, give me a moment. We'll pause. And just give me a second, because I'm going to take a second. But while I take a second, we'll look at our injuries. So as you can see, our kicker, who's really good, by the way, had a really good game. He just got a arm injury. And of course, Michael Hernandez out for 3 weeks. First play of the game. He's looking to his outlet. And that's Dak Prescott. So not a young quarterback. It's a guy we know. Just wearing a number maybe that we're not used to. So Dak attacks. And he's got a strained bicep. He'll return soon. Let's substitute him. Just because we can. To show our depth. You know, give him a break. Okay, so this is Dak. I'm not as worried. Because he's just going to do checkdowns. Yep. And miss on easy throws. Exactly where I was going. So there was our draft class. And it was so fast you couldn't read it. We had an okay draft. So here he is on the run to the right side and taking a sack, basically. That's Rudolph getting the sack on Dak Prescott as a Steeler, which leads to 4th down. Just bad decisions overall. I think the second that they knew it was Dak out there, it became like we knew what we were doing. And a great return to the 36 that's Odom, I think. Actually, I don't know. I might just be spelling names of really old guys. So here's Flanagan. Just an interception and 96 yards in his first start of the season. I think he's looking to do a little better today. You know. But you don't need to worry so much about Flanagan. He had a great preseason and went out there and won those games. It's just a little different when you get to the starters and you're playing against them, you know. But you got Josh Jacobs in the back and they're going to hand him the ball first. And he's going to plow forward 10 yards. And not only is that the leader in the league running the ball, is the leader of the NFL of all time. He's running every time he runs. It's to add to his legacy as the greatest running back of all time. So he didn't get 10 yards on the last one. He got 9. And with that one, he's got another 8 or so. And he's at 16 yards now. I mean a gain of 6. Off by a couple yards, sorry. So, they're just going to continue the same type of game plan. And it's another 9 yards after only 3 rushes. I can hear people in the Pittsburgh Stadium even saying, you know, I love that guy. Even though Because we really don't get to see this matchup every day, all the time. Sometimes we do, but it's kind of funny because it's so yellow out there. It's the blue that makes it different, you know. They almost should have wore their blue jerseys, I'm thinking. So Josh Jacobs gets 1 yard on that. And all they've done is run. Really trying to get Josh Jacobs the ball with his first down right there. Another one. And 9 yards after contact. He's got over 300 yards on the season. And it's the third game. And I think, your starting quarterback gets hurt. And they just thought, let's run the ball like old school. We don't have to worry about thinking about Michael Hernandez's numbers. The season for him is shot mostly, shot in the face. And he can try to overcome it, and he should. And that'll be the story. But make it a running season. So Flanagan gets a good pass with the swing right to the backup running back. And it's 3rd and 1, and they're handing it to Josh. He powers forward, touchdown. It was just a right move, so they're up 6-0 early. So the Barons just waltz in. It was a waltz. He had a little power move, but it was to the air, and no one wanted any part of that. And that's what you talk about when you talk about you have a guy just hitting a hole. He didn't touch anyone, I don't think, but he hit the hole. And then nobody wanted any part of it. Those are the plays that it looks rigged because it's like people run away from you hitting the hole. Well, that's just how it is sometimes. Because it's a reaction to not noticing and kind of missing a tackle. It's just a missed tackle thing. See that? That was a missed tackle. Happens a lot. It's not easy to square up on someone. Always. Yeah, I've seen some in the Super Bowl footage for the Chiefs this year in real life. Not Dipsey Madden. It's rigged because the guy got burned. He got burned. Sometimes it happens. And when the quarterback throws a perfect pass to someone who's burning their guy, it's complete sometimes. Not all the time. We've seen a lot of dropped catches. So here's Dak Prescott, who's thrown some incompletions in his life and some interceptions. Oh my goodness gracious. So that was Najee Harris, who was one of the best running backs of all time, going up against another juggernaut on the run game. And there's our guy, Coach Rivera. So here comes Najee and Dak. So who wants to talk predictions for the future? I predict Dak might go see the Steelers in real life. Why don't they go get Dak? So Najee gets stuffed on the 2nd and inches. 2nd and inches, and Najee went nowhere. Defense stepped up behind the line. That was Jackson. Number 95 Jackson just had Najee's number. This is a really good Steelers team, putting it together finally. And almost throws a pick. Is lucky that it's incomplete. That's the Dak that we get normally. And it's looking bleak for the Steel Curtain as it goes sailing through the 16. I hate the Steelers. because I'm a Seahawks fan in real life. I guess that's not something I talk about enough on here, but you can see the Seahawks are 0-2, so the favoritism isn't always there. Of course it is. But when I play a team like the Steelers, or usually like the Patriots, but I've adopted them as one of my own so I don't hate them as much. Jacobs with a 10-yard pass from Flanagan. So the passing game turns on randomly here. A lot of times when I go up against teams, you know, that I hate, like the Steelers, I don't want to lose. So they do the same thing, but this time just kind of for the first down. That's Josh Jacobs in the passing game, racking up some of those catches in his career. And then getting the run right after for another 9 yards. And now they're going in a hurry. And I think they're doing that just to keep him on the field for the whole 2 minutes. And they will go until somebody gets injured or someone calls a timeout. It's going to be the 2-minute warning, actually. So maybe they're just trying to get him as many runs as they can before the 2-minute warning. And then they're going to be switched back to that pass game. It seems to be working. 12 rushes, 83 yards. And they are saying, who wants him in the huddle right now? Because that worked. And they got the backup running back in now in the same formation. But I just bet you they take some shots down the field. Flanagan rolling left to Ruggs. And it's his first incompletion. I think he threw it a little too late. So they're probably going to try a similar look, but just tune it up a little. And it's incomplete. So 3rd and 10, and you got Josh Jacobs back on the field. So I wouldn't be surprised if they just, they gave it to Josh and he's got the first down somehow, some way. So I like that. I did not expect the gameplay, some of the gameplay to be like, you know, let's let Flanagan take some safer shots. Don't throw the pick. And then on 3rd down, do a Mike Holmgren where you catch him off guard. Now, Mike would have done a draw. Okay. But we got Josh Jacobs just running it to the left side. He usually runs to the right, like you're seeing right here. So 46 seconds, and they're going with that running trick that I told you. And as they trickle down to 40 seconds, I think we might see them toss a little pass here. And the problem is they're in the wrong formation. And it's really hurting them. So Flanagan takes another shot. It stops the clock. It's incomplete. And it was a bad incompletion. But they're going to go back to that pass game now with the backup running back on the field. It's almost certain with these Dipsey teams, some of the things. So Flanagan tries a spin move, but gets ripped out of bounds, and the defender should have just, let him keep going. Maybe not to the touchdown, but so here we go. Flanagan to Ruggs. Touchdown on the right side with the rollout right. Big time touchdown before the half. The Barons are up 14, and they're doing what the Oilers do, which is just get up 14 and keep on a rolling. The kick is good, so they're up 14-0. But the steel curtain has 9 seconds to do whatever they want. You think they're gonna give it to Dak or just give it to Najee or maybe Neil? I think they're giving it to Dak here. But Najee. Oh, it was a reverse. Not smart. I was on that. 3 yards and the clock ticks down to 0. And we go to half. So let's take a break. Look at the numbers. Look at the highlights. Look at some of the scores. Who do we got? The Barons on everything other than no takeaways in this game, so good football. Let's look around the country. So Dak's old team losing to the Eagles. Now they're 0-3. David, I'm sorry. Your team is not doing good. The omen for you is not looking good. But brother, everything, my heart goes out to you. Falcons, Panthers. Falcons are 0-2, and it's not looking good as they're 7-10 against the Panthers. They don't want to go 0-3. Giants over the Lions before half, possibly, but it's because of the costly interception, possibly, in that game by the Lions. Corey Jackson, who is the second leader in the league in passing yards, maybe having a rough day. So let's hit it up again. Let's see if they can get to this third well of scoring. Let's see if they can just seal the deal. Oh my gosh, his head is absolutely taken off. 30-yard return to the 25 exactly, but he was squashed at the 25. Good thing is that it ticks time away. So Josh Jacobs hasn't had a breakout run yet other than that big third down run and some other 9-yard runs here and there. 111 yards in the first half. And now 115. That's the real story. And you know they're going to keep throwing to him. And Flanny's got the touchdown. It was a racist last week's mishap where they still got the win. No, they didn't. They lost to the Rams, didn't they? I forget. They're 1-1. No. I don't know. I'll have to check. I know that they lost a game that maybe they shouldn't have. Here's Josh. Seven yards on that. And then on the next run, only a couple. So it's up at the 3rd and 2. And he powers forward, somehow getting it. And I think they're going to give it to him one more time to get to 150 yards if he can get 7. And he didn't. They're going to hurry up, try to get him 5 here. And he doesn't get it. So here they're going to just try to let him get 1. And he gets it. And there's a timeout for an injury, but it's 4th and 2. And they're saying go for it, but I don't see a good reason to go for this. Let's kick the field goal. So he missed it wide right. Maybe it was the arm injury from earlier that affected him. Who knows? All I know is That kicking meter was nice and mighty slow, so the pressure got to him. And he misses it wide right, so that could be big in the game. The Steelers now with a stop. So here's Dak Prescott in the gun, getting it to his tight end finally for a good gain of 9. He's 4 for 6, 25 yards now. And that is going to get this offense revving, and maybe they can catch the defense off guard. I don't think they thought they were going to miss that. But it's a good twist on a game that was getting maybe a little out of hand. You know, an opening drive, nice and long. Josh Jacobs does everything in his power to get them in field goal range. So the blitz picked up. Dak Prescott must be watching his film on the NFL, noticing the free safety blitz of Mooring over there, and taking advantage of it in the moment, but this time on the run game. Najee Harris also diagnosing it. Mooring is late on the tackle. So here come the Steelers, ready to take advantage of maybe a late momentum swing in the third quarter against the Brooklyn Barons. So here's Mooring, blitzing again, catching the defense off guard. Touchdown Steelers. And they are back in this game and bigger and better than ever. How is Brooklyn going to respond? Can they get up 14 again, or are they going to fall victim to their own elegance? And the kick is off, and there's 1 minute left in the third, and the Brooklyn Barons would really like to score in that quarter. And 13's got the ball, and he only gets it to the 24 this time before the steel curtain crushes him. So here we go. And I think they're going to have to take out some of the rush. Oh my gosh, Flanagan evading. Flanagan getting it to his tight end while he comes back. A really heads-up play by Delvin. It's just too exciting. Flanagan really looking like he's coming into his own finally with that throw. I can't even explain it any other way. Reading the coverage good there too, and just getting what he can with his legs. It's 2nd and 2, and all of a sudden, the third quarter comes to an end with the whistle. And it's 7-14 going into the fourth quarter, a one-score game, a slow game. Maybe the most defensive game we've seen so far this year as Josh Jacobs gets the first down. So, behind center, Flanagan rolls right, tosses it to Ruggs the third, who does a spin move back inside to just get a couple more yards. 14 yards after the catch, and they're in the red zone. So they went for the throw, and now they got Josh Jacobs in the 10. And you think you can stop him? Well, Josh Jacobs pulls forward for 6. Now it's down at the 2-yard line. And they hand Josh the ball, and he crawls in for a touchdown. And that's his 5th touchdown in the season. And they're up 14 again. It's a 2-score game. The Steelers are going to have to pull together on offense again in the fourth quarter to even have a chance. It's looking bleak, but it's not impossible. We've seen crazy. So they do not take it out. Maybe a smart decision. So here's Dak Prescott in the gun with Najee Harris to the left of him, ready to block whatever comes his way, but he doesn't. He goes out into a passing lane, but he gets it out to his tight end who's on the right side, and it's 9 big yards right there. Give him 8. So the defense holds their own, but Mooring goes into a blitz. Dak immediately diagnosing it, gets it to his tight end, 82. He's 8 for 10, 76 yards, and a touchdown. Just starting to really roll. And he's diagnosing that blitz so good. That's really what it is. And this time he also just magically gets it to his tight end, noticing Mooring is blitzing. Really a wizard in the pocket there. So I think, yeah, Mooring's not moving this time. A late blitz from him, but Dak sees it, steps up, and gets it to Freeway. Freeman. Or something. Number 5. So Mooring staying in position now, but it doesn't change a thing. Just a little check down pass. The 2-minute warning rolls up on the steel curtain. And he's in the shotgun, but he's got Najee behind him. So Mooring is stepping up, ready to blitz. He's wrapping around. I've never seen anything like that. Gets it to completion for 3 yards to his tight end. I don't think the defense is working. Nah. Oh no. So they get him down after a gain of 5 or so. And it's 3rd and 4. And he tosses it up and it's a touchdown. The first receiving touchdown of the year for Hurd. Really, such an athletic play. Tossing it over the safety, over the corner. They just got burned somehow. And that's what I'm saying. So there we go. 1-score game with 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Do you think that they're going to kick it to them, or do you think that they're going to onside kick it? Well, here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Because this is your chance. And what we're going to do is go into onside. And they're not doing an onside. They're doing the right smart thing and kicking it downfield. And now he's got to return it. And he gets it out to the 22. So less and less on the return today. 30 yards, 28 yards, and now 26-yard return. And here comes Josh Jacobs to hopefully make up for that little blunder on special teams. Ready for the onside, but Pittsburgh outthinks them. So all you got to do is waste their timeouts and give it to your star running back, and there's Josh Jacobs to put the game away. It's 1st and 10 with 1 minute and 25 left. And they hand it to Josh Jacobs, and he goes nowhere. Timeout. So Coach Rivera is going to call his last timeout after this play. And it's a 1st down, which is going to crush. Just crush the Steelers. Still such a close game. So this is it. I think they're going to call the timeout here themselves and go into a new formation. So victory on the mind as they take a knee. With a minute and 17 seconds left, but hey, we all know how this works. And they don't need much to just seal the deal here, and that's gonna do it for this game. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the Barons will have beaten the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh no, they're flagged for a delay of game on 3rd and 13, which was gonna... Maybe this was their plan. And there's the game. So Coach Rivera throws his clipboard in anger. Close one for Dak and the team. Najee Harris. Hurd's amazing touchdown and no takeaways, but look, passing yards, the Dak attack. So keep looking for him in the postseason. See if we can get those postseason wins. 87.5 completion percentage rating. Nothing to sneeze at. Big time win. It got scary. So 2-1 drops to 2-1. And they're chasing the Chiefs now. Dak moved to number 2. Big day for him. He's thrown as many touchdowns as Ahmad Middlebrooks. That's huge. He's got the same completion percentage almost. So, next game is Patriots at Green Bay, and I really want to play that game, but I might wait till tomorrow because Bobby Mentor don't care, and I just hope he has a big game. But that was a good game. Real close. Until next time, Dipsey Madden signing off.